Right, let's see what's on the tubes today. No. Oh, God, no. Oh, no. Oh, no wonder they call it Spew Tube. I might as well get the TV on eBay as well. Welcome, friends. While scouring away the memory of last time's Shoot Shooter More Shoot simulator, I felt a small change was in order. Today's review returns to the never-ending fun of the walking pugilism simulator, except there is no fantasy to be seen this time. This is a game that pushes the brutality of the back streets of a crime-riddled city to the max. This is all grit and deadly serious. In fact, if you're having fun playing this game, then you're not taking it seriously enough. There's just too much at stake for fun to be had here. With all this in mind, allow me to introduce Final Fight, a game that allows you to simultaneously complete a sub-game of Plot Hole Bingo with an already completed card for your convenience. Shortly after this game's source code was found gouged onto the side of the Capcom CEO's car, it was carved into an arcade game from a block of pure malice. This was shortly followed by many home conversions, so you could be just as gritty and deadly serious at home as well. Matching the extravagance of Golden Axe, we have another 3 concrete-filled blockheads to choose from. We have this guy, Cody the experienced brawler / scrap-happy idiot, and the proud mayor of Metro City, Mike Hagger. After being fed the extra vital data that includes each character's height and weight, for some reason, I chose Hagger for my playthrough. This is mainly due to his inability to wear a belt properly, and the happy thought of him beating up most of his voters as the game progresses. If Cabal's story was the equivalent of a 2-piece jigsaw puzzle, Final Fight's story is the equivalent of the same puzzle, except it comes to you ready assembled and glued together. To demonstrate this, we return to another design document for all city-based feed them their own teeth simulators. This really isn't the most complex document we've seen. It was usually completed within 15 seconds and was submitted to the programmers written on a napkin. The hardest part of this new game is the title. We can't just have a Final Fight 2, can we? This is the Final Fight after all. Well, to remedy this, the next game must be a prequel, and we'll call it The Penultimate Punch-Up. Next we need the protagonist's name. This is nearly the 90s, so we don't have time for 2-name formality. As an example, look at this guy. No, not that guy. This guy is called Jay. Just Jay. He knows what's going on. So choose any first name you like and call it a day. In this case, let's welcome Cedric to the game. Deciding on the protagonist's background is also easy. They're always a wrestler, a brawler, a martial arts expert, a fighter, a boxer, or a traffic warden. My Cedric will be a professional Pokemon boxer and extreme crochet athlete. The story is always the same, so just copy and paste this and you're done. Female character gets kidnapped by gang, fight gang, get girl. Never deviate from this plot or your game will fail. Guaranteed. Next on our list we have the setting. This is always the streets of a very thinly disguised New York, so my creation is the city of Mew Pork. We finish with the expendable enemies and final boss. Just put together a 90s stereotype salad for the enemies and any variation of Mr. Big, Mr. X or Mr. King for the last guy. Oh, and when he's defeated, make sure he gets punched out of the top window of a 50-story skyscraper. Well, that's a piece of paper soiled sufficiently. Time to hand it to the people that do the most work and receive the least pay. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to the golf course with the rest of our pig-faced executives. The Attract mode has Hagger feeling a little miffed when he receives a call saying his daughter has been kidnapped by this fool on the TV screen. Oh, what a plot! That's some Pulitzer Prize winning stuff right there. Now we've started our completely original quest. The pure grit and urgency of the game comes together as we immediately begin to beat up throngs of Hagger's constituents, the very people he took a sworn oath to protect. The controls give us access to many violence inducers that includes punches, headbutts, hugs, jump kicks, angry flopping bear impressions, wrestling moves, and if you press your levitate and smack fools buttons together, he'll do a little pirouette for you. Outside of the labyrinthine plot, I have other concerns about the kind of city Haga runs, especially when I look at his mostly gangbanger voter base and the total mess that is Metro City's sanitation and catering department. Besides having stacks of tyres and barrels littered everywhere, the residents of this rat-infested craphole can't help but drop everything they own into them. This could be anything from a samurai sword all the way down to a blunt potato peeler. Do you want a meal in this city? Well, the problem isn't a lack of food, but how it's served. How about this full succulent chicken that I found in a pile of tyres, or another chicken I found in this chandelier? This game even considers this boss character's second-hand chewing gum as a foodstuff. After 2 small areas, we find ourselves in the company of that whooping idiot from the TV screen in the intro. Does that mean we've finished with the game already? Oh, that was an easy review. Oh, fine, I'll finish it then. Now we've smashed Damned about the head 100 times, I'm now horrified to see that we have a whole city of cretins yet to cleanse. We'll get to this just after we conduct more of Haga's mayoral duties by smashing this random citizen's car into little pieces.
Oh my god!
So, if Damned wasn't the boss of this gang, who is? I've no idea, but it certainly isn't this random samurai-wielding lunatic. These definitely not stolen 80s TV wrestling stars. Or this police officer trying to stop the lunatic rampage of the city's mayor. Well, let's keep going then. So, it isn't this grenade-flinging G.I. Joe wannabe. Or the super strong manly wrestler called Abigail. Abigail. Oh, that name really strikes fear into the hearts of his enemies. Oh no. He's angry I've mentioned his name. Run! After trudging through a mile-long building stuffed full of organic punch bags, we come to a room with some guy. Not that guy. Sat in a turbocharged wheelchair armed with a crossbow. Oh look! He has the girl! No other explanation is needed. Get him! After burning through another 100 credits, we finally get to uppercut Belger out of the window as I mentioned in the design document. Well, you can't improve on a classic plot like this, can you? After watching the world's most awkward, stilted and poorly delivered cheesefest version of a father and daughter reunion, we get to see the Knucklehead brothers walking from the right to the left of the screen this time. But we don't do that in these games. It is always left to right. Stop violating the classic game formula. Once Jessica arrives on the scene, Guy beats up Cody for some unknown reason and vanishes. Just as the 2 lovebirds are left together, Cody suddenly becomes a cross between a member of the Defenders of the Earth and Mermaid Man, with his proclamation that he cannot stay while evil lurks the streets. Now this plot has hit rock bottom and continues to dig further down, I can get around to my final verdict. This game turns the subtle art of story writing into a task that looks like it was performed by throwing darts at random pages of a children's dictionary. However, the joyful simplicity of hitting anything that either gets in your way or dares to disagree with you is the greatest message this game provides. My final rating is an angry frowning man holding a sack of the grittiest grit on earth and a toddler's pop-up book of narrative design out of 10. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider leaving a like or subscribing for more idiocy such as this. Until next time, goodbye friends.